Hi friends! Hope your year is going amazing so far. Welcome back to another exciting video with us. We are so happy once again to share our adventurous 7-day trip to Colorado. We thoroughly explored the wonderful towns of Ouray, Silverton, and Telluride.
Come join us on our week trip to Colorado, where we drive hundreds of miles throughout the gorgeous San Juan Mountains, hike a Class 3 14,000-foot mountain, get our adrenaline pumping on Ouray's famous Via Ferratas, explore old abandoned gold mining towns rich in history, chase powerful natural waterfalls, and much more.
Before starting out on our Colorado adventure, I want to mention that we have several dedicated travel guides to more awesome locations around the United States. They will help guide you with step-by-step directions and hiking information, so be sure to hit that subscribe button and check out our other travel guide videos.
We drove about 8.5 hours and over 550 miles from Phoenix, arriving in Silverton. The famous road that leads into Silverton through the San Juan Mountains is called the $1 Million Highway. The $1 Million Highway is a 232-mile loop called the San Juan Skyway National Scenic Byway. The highway, which runs on Highway 550, 62, 145, and 160, passes through towns such as Ouray, Silverton, Durango, Cortez, and Telluride. Encompassing stunning 11,000-plus feet alpine mountain views, dangerous curving roads with sheer cliffs dropping hundreds of feet down to the gorge below, pristine alpine lakes, and immense waterfalls. If you want an adrenaline-filled drive with some of the best views in the United States, you definitely have to explore more of this awesome highway on your trip to Colorado. We arrived in Silverton around sunset time, checking in for 2 nights at the Silverton Lodge. The hotel room included a full kitchen so we could cook anything we wanted, but we had to share a smaller than normal double bed, which led to some interesting nighttime wake-ups. After over 8 hours of driving, we fell right asleep as our head hit the pillow. We woke up on our first official day of our trip, ready to put our hiking shoes to work, hiking to Ice Lake and Island Lake, which is one of the more popular hikes near Silverton.
Hello everyone, we're in Colorado!
Woo! Today we're going to be hiking Ice Lake and Island Lake.
It's gonna be amazing.
The Ice and Island Lake Trailhead is located about 7 miles from the small town of Silverton on the southwest side of Colorado. It's a 15-minute drive to the trailhead from our hotel in Silverton. The first half of the drive is on pavement, with the last half of the drive on a smooth dirt road with mountain views all around. The Ice and Island Lake Trail is a 6.9-mile round-trip hike starting at 9,800 feet, getting over 2,600 feet in elevation, topping out at 12,400 feet. Plan to hike for about 4 to 6 hours depending on your hiking speed. Pack a lunch to enjoy at one of the lakes and bring at least 3 liters of water. Almost immediately, the trail begins climbing over 30 switchbacks from the trailhead to the upper Ice Lake Basin. Be prepared for a heck of an elevation gain, and don't be afraid to take breaks to catch your breath and lower your heart rate.
First time in Colorado, baby. Slowly getting out of the tree line, and look at that view. Look at this.
We're gonna go up that trail. Gonna look around here, and then Ice Lake is right there. Let's go.
Final incline.
Whew. We're almost there, baby. Strong like bull.
We have about 300 more feet left. This is the last incline section. And then we'll be at Ice Lake. We just got to Ice Lake.
It's beautiful. The water is so blue. It's hard to even
It rivals the Canadian lakes in Banff.
It really
National
does. It's stunning.
And then we're going to spend a little bit of time here, and then we're going to go to Island Lake. So we have to hit this trail. Goes all the way up to Island Lake. We are coming up on Island Lake. And we did it.
We made it back.
That was
One piece.
That was a lot of elevation gain. So we did about almost 8 miles, 2,600 feet in elevation gain, and our highest elevation that we hit was 12,500 feet. But we're gonna go to sleep tonight, and we're gonna wake up and do Via Ferrata maybe.
Stay tuned.
We just drove back into Silverton. We wanted to find a spot to cook dinner. I found this awesome shaded area over here that we're cooking our steak dinner. Bon appetit.
It's nothing like it, guys. Steak and potatoes with a view.
Dinner with a view.
Nothing better.
How's that ribeye?
It's what the chef ordered.
We woke up the next morning with sore bodies from the hike the day before. Mornings like this confirm that we're definitely not 25 years old anymore. We popped a couple of Advil and hydration supplements and hit the road on the $1 Million Highway to Ouray, enjoying Colorado's fall colors over the 11,000-foot summit of Red Mountain Pass. Just before arriving in Ouray, about 3 miles south of the town, you'll reach Bear Creek Falls, which is a popular waterfall which flows directly under the highway. There is a small parking lot where you can park and view the waterfall. Bear Creek Falls is one of the most prominent waterfalls found in the Ouray area, plunging over 200 feet in a sheer drop down to the Uncompahgre Gorge below.
We stopped on the side of the road to see Bear Creek Falls. Driving about 2 minutes into town from the Bear Creek Falls overlook, we arrive at the parking area for the free Ouray Via Ferrata.
We just got to Ouray, and we're about to do the Via Ferrata.
Pray for us. I'm scared.
Oh, you're good. You'll be good. I've done this a couple times before. Let's do it.
Ouray, Colorado is the location of one of the few free Via Ferratas in the United States. We ended up parking at the bottom end of the hill on the $1 Million Highway. There is a little parking area closer on Camp Bird Road to the Via Ferrata, but it was already full of excited climbers as we started a little later in the day, around 1 o'clock. We slipped on our climbing gear before we started hiking on the trail that parallels the gorge to the beginning starting point. On this day, we are doing the downstream route, and later in the week on day 5, we'll be doing the upstream route. The downstream route has unique obstacles such as a cable bridge, rope ladder, overhanging helix ladder, and a vertical sky climb.
We're about to start on the Via Ferrata.
We're about to do this.
Let's do it. It's going to be so much fun.
Here we go.
As we got closer to the starting point, my nerves for this climb started taking over, and I became like a deer in headlights looking at that tight rope we had to walk across to start the downstream. But Rob over there was adrenaline junkie ready to start the course. However, I was shaking in my boots, but as you can see, after I got past the cable bridge and made my way down the stream, I started to relax into the fun of Via Ferrata.
You're doing it. One arm, 1 foot at each time. Just like that. There we go. There we go.
If you're unsure for your first time, you can hire a tour guide to guide you through this. Downstream is considered the easiest of the two, as upstream is a harder challenge for those who have never done anything close to this. I would recommend starting with downstream to see where your skills are if you're considering doing upstream first. You are required to bring the proper gear to do this course. You can either find a rental place in town, hire your own guide, or like we did, buy all your gear beforehand. We bought all the recommended equipment, including a certified via Ferrata energy absorbing system, certified mountaineering helmet, and a certified mountaineering harness. There is a link in the description to the website where they list all the requirements and via Ferrata rules.
We're about halfway on the Via Ferrata, downstream.
It's amazing. I love it.
This is what we live for.
I was nervous beforehand, but this is really fun.
Adrenaline,
Adrenaline junkies right
views, amazing.
here. Can't beat this.
Love you. About to do the last bridge.
That our faces are.
That's gonna be so much fun. I don't know, it's like 50 feet, 60 feet? 10, 10.
As we approach the last bridge called Sky Ladder, which is a 75-foot ladder spanning over the flowing river below the gorge. Rob went ahead first so I could learn his technique, and I followed second. Walking over this bridge at a 35-degree angle up to the next cliff, my heart started racing with excitement, but at the same time was sad that the route was coming to an end.
We did it, folks. Red cheeked and all.
Red cheeked and all. Blisters and all. And then here's the bridge that we have to end at. So, a couple hours, 3 hours. Under the bridge.
Oh my gosh. This is wild. Wild.
Wild, boo. Wild.
It ain't for the weak. That's all I gotta say.
And we did it. That was the finish line. The last unclips.
You exhausted?
Now let's go to the upstream.
No.
Just kidding.
I need a good
we need
night's
to heal our blisters on our hands.
Yeah. Even with gloves, we got blisters, so
But we're gonna go eat some good food somewhere.
somewhere
So-
greasy food.
Let's go.
After a thrilling Via Ferrata climb, we drove to our next resting spot in Ouray at the Ouray Inn. This adorable small town hotel was the perfect spot to call home for the remainder 5 days of our trip. It had a complimentary breakfast every morning that fueled us up to start our day, which included free wine and cookies in the afternoon, which we of course had to take part in. We've never been to a hotel who handed out free wine, so if you are a wine connoisseur, this is your spot to stay.
Checked into the Ouray Inn.
And we're about to go get some grub because it's well deserved.
Some hamburgers.
Bread and meat is what this girl needs right now.
Some brewery, so we gotta go carve up.
Let's go. All along for the carb up.
Let's go.
Ouray, Colorado has a population of around 950 people. Situated in the heart of the San Juan Mountains in southwest Colorado, Ouray is known as the Switzerland of America at an elevation of 7,792 feet. Its rich history dates back to 1876 when the city was incorporated on October 2nd, 2 months after Colorado became a state. Southwest Colorado San Juan Mountains are home to some of the richest gold and silver finds. Back in the 1870s, gold was found here and dozens of small mining towns grew into flourishing communities. Places like Ouray, Silverton, Telluride, Lake City, and a lot more that are lost in history sprang up sometimes overnight.
The Ouray Brewery, known for its house-made beer, is a must-see spot to grab a delicious burger along with fantastic balcony views of the Colorado landscape.
We need our Dr. Pepper. We're in line.
Dr. Pepper. Cheers.
We both ordered the Lone Star hamburgers packed with cheddar, bacon, onion rings, and barbecue sauce.
That was amazing hamburger at Ouray Brewery.
10/10, recommend that brewery if you're in
10 out
town.
of 10. Go get your burger. and
It
fries.
was massive. Took me a little bit to finish. It was good. It's worth it.
And then we're going back to the hotel and rest our full stomachs.
Oh, I need to lie down.
Here at Box Canyon Falls! Woo! It is so loud! Look at that. That's crazy.
We heard from the hotel manager that Box Canyon Falls is a popular location in Ouray, so this was the perfect start to day 5 of our Colorado trip. It's a 5-minute drive south from Ouray, just off the main road. You will need to purchase a ticket to visit Box Canyon Falls in the Visitor Center, and be sure to check out the exhibits about the history of the falls.
We're at Box Canyon Falls.
I'm gonna go see a waterfall.
I'm gonna walk this little trail that they have here, so we had to pay $7 to get in.
It's an easy, flat, 500 feet walk into the Box Canyon Falls. A geological fault created a narrow crevice between rocky bluffs, and the creek flows through it. We have a heart for waterfalls, so this was a must for us to see.
What?
How to get down there? There's people down there.
We walked down a set of metal catwalks that led us directly in front of this powerful 280-foot waterfall that thunders down into a narrow quart-sized canyon.
That's crazy!
We figured out the path down to the water via stairs that descended into the canyon more than 70 feet. Walking along the pebbled base of the waterfall, we can now feel and hear the full power of Box Canyon Falls.
I did not know it's gonna be like that.
That's pretty cool. That was a powerful waterfall. Very, very powerful.
Very powerful.
That was worth the $7.
Wow, $7. That was a steal.
And we got to be like really up close to it down there, so you could touch the waterfall practically. It was amazing.
Wow. We gotta do that again.
Again, put that on your bucket list.
After viewing the waterfall, we made our way out of the canyon to High Bridge Trail, to the bridge to take in the spectacular overlook of Ouray.
There's about 100 steps you have to hike to get up to High Bridge, and we definitely feel the elevation right now. Huh?
Huh? What'd you say?
Please don't throw rocks, ma'am.
Never. That's Rob's department. Please don't throw rocks, Rob. Okay, behave.
It's about a quarter-mile hike up the trail to High Bridge, gaining a couple hundred feet of elevation. There are handrails for part of the way due to the trail being covered in boulders and an unlevel ground with many boulders to hike over. Once you arrive at the top, the High Bridge connects onto Ouray Perimeter Trail, which is a 5.4-mile hiking loop trail with 1,500 feet of elevation gain that takes you around the perimeter of Ouray.
We're currently on High Bridge right now at Box Canyon Falls, and look at the view of Ouray.
There's a tunnel at the end of High Bridge that we're gonna walk through right now. It's kind of eerie, but it's also really cool.
We're almost to the other end. Now I have to go back. See me?
No, I can see you.
Walking backwards again. That was the best kept secret of this place.
After exploring Box Canyon Falls, we headed out for some off-road fun, starting from a small town called Ouray, about 9 miles south of Ouray.
What's up, guys? We're near Ouray, Colorado.
We're about to do some cool off-roading.
We're currently in Ouray. We're about to start on the off-road path up to California Pass, Animas Forks, Cinnamon Pass, all the passes today.
All the passes. It's gonna be so much fun. The views are gonna be spectacular.
We started at Corkscrew Gulch to make our way up to Corkscrew Pass, over Hurricane Pass, and over California Pass, stopping at a historic mining town of Animas Forks, then ending in Silverton. This is one of the most breathtaking, beautiful drives in the world, connecting some of the most stunning scenery in the state of Colorado.
So we're about to go off-roading, so I have to air down the tires from about 40 psi to 25-ish.
This section of Corkscrew Gulch was very narrow and felt like we were going straight up in elevation. There are some areas to move over if you encounter another vehicle going the opposite direction. Luckily, we didn't run into anyone on the stretch of Corkscrew Gulch. Towards the top of the gulch, you'll be greeted by switchbacks and the introduction to the dangerous one-way shelf roads, so be sure to keep laser focused on the edge and check if anyone else is coming in front of you. At the top of Corkscrew Pass, you have a stunning view of the valley below, as well as Red Mountain No. 1 to the north and Red Mountain No. 1 and 3 to the west.
We just came from Corkscrew, and now we're going up to California Pass. Almost to California Pass, we had to go down that big mountain and then come up this steep mountain. It's pretty crazy. We just came up this crazy mountain and we're at 12,600 feet.
And it's snowing.
It is snowing. It was like a couple seconds ago. You can see it in the distance. It's snowing! Woo! Into Hurricane Pass at 12,730 feet, and it is cold.
It is chill.
40 degrees. That was nerve-wracking.
It was so cool, but very nerve-wracking.
Those shelf roads, I've never done anything like that before.
That was wild.
That was wild, dude. That was wild.
Wow, we're so adventurous.
We're almost to California Pass.
After making our way up and over Hurricane Pass, we came down the other side of the pass and stopped at Lake Como and took in the pretty blue waters. We flew the drone for a few minutes and then got back on the road to California Pass, which is another wonderful ride up the hillside with eye-popping scenery.
We made it to California Pass.
At 12,000 feet up.
And it is cold. It's about 40-some degrees.
Yeah, the wind is pretty brutal here and there, but it's not stopping us.
This is the highest that we're going to be. Now we're going to go back down to Animas Forks.
All right, stay tuned for more.
To the ghost town and explore some buildings that are abandoned. We got Lake Como in the backdrop.
From the top of California Pass, you can take in Lake Como's beautiful blue waters from a distance. What a view. Standing up here at the top of this pass, you quickly understand the name and where it comes from. It's slightly breezy today, and we didn't stay for long because of the cold weather, but we definitely enjoyed the 12,400 foot view.
We're about to head back down the mountain to Animas Forks.
Let's get it.
It's been a crazy time.
It's a lot of wind up here.
I look really sunburnt. Wow. I didn't put sunscreen
Look at
on
my
today.
nose. Oh, look, a little Rudolph.
Getting back in the truck, we drove down California Pass towards Silverton, with our next stop being Animas Forks. As we made our way closer to Animas Forks, we came across an abandoned mine in the valley of California Gulch.
Folks, we're at Frisco Mines, which was founded in 1905. So we're gonna go explore these abandoned buildings. It should be really fun.
Let's go.
The mining industry in the northern San Juan County was booming between 1877 and 1914. The Frisco-Bagley Mine and Tunnel Complex represents the speculative nature of early hard rock mining enterprises in the area. The mine was constructed in 1912 at an elevation of 11,400 feet. The mill's constructional components were pre-cut, pre-fit, and numbered, letter-coded in Silverton, and then transferred to the site for assembly. It was a quick walk to the mill from the parking area, and we couldn't wait to explore this over 100-year-old building.
old. It was built in 1905. We're walking around something historic. I love it. This is old and historic. That is right up my alley. Bare bones though, but it's pretty cool.
That was so cool. Look at that. Abandoned mining building. Almost to Animas Forks. We just have to follow this dirt road, probably about 10 more minutes, and we'll get to Animas Forks.
Next up on our off-road adventure is Animas Forks, known for its abandoned mining town structures. Animas Forks is an extinct mining town located 12 miles northeast of Silverton in the San Juan country. The area is managed by the Bureau of Land Management at an elevation of 11,185 feet. Animas Forks is one of the highest mining camps in North America.
Where are we, Cassandra?
Animas Forks. That's where we're at.
We're in Animas Forks.
There was a fire at the hotel here, so it burned down. That place. And then a few people abandoned. And a few cabins remained. And we're in one of them.
The town's first log cabin was built in 1873. The post office opened in 1875. By statehood in 1876, the community had become a bustling mining community with over 30 cabins, a hotel, general store, and a saloon.
There's the toilet. Oh my gosh. Well, that's where they would sit and enjoy their bathroom time. People that lived here woke up every day to these views. Stunning.
Welcome to my casa. That's crazy. This is where my dryer was right here. My cats lived, and this is where my dogs lived in here. It's only about 30 minutes from Silverton.
There's like 6 structures here, all very old and really cool and small. I don't know how people lived in such small little cabins.
It's like a blast from the past.
But the views that they woke up to every morning, chef's kiss right there.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
We're gonna keep on continuing.
We're gonna keep
exploring these abandoned buildings.
I hope you enjoy them.
When a huge fire destroyed most of the business district on October 22, 1891, the bustling town came to a sudden end. The fire started in the kitchen of the Kalamazoo House, destroyed the hotel, and burned 14 buildings, causing $20,000 in damage. The post office closed within a month, and almost everyone moved away.
Wow, look at these views from this room. I'll take this house. This is our house. Look at the views.
That's your coffee room?
This is my coffee. I have like a little nook right here.
Look at those.
The rain is about to come in. We gotta go to the car. Come on, babe. We gotta run.
After exploring the old buildings, we were starving, so we stopped just south of Animas Forks near a creek with peaceful sounds of a nearby waterfall to cook up our yummy breakfast burritos.
Right now.
Breakfast burrito.
Yum. Breakfast burritos.
Lunch is served.
With a view. Look at this Gold Creek. By Animas Forks.
This is what life is made of. Woo, little things like this.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mr. Fox. What did the fox say? Finished our lunch.
It's a beautiful view.
And now we're gonna head back down to Silverton, and that completes our whole loop of off-roading near Ouray and Silverton.
That's a wrap, folks.
That is a wrap.
Wrap.
Another rainy day in Ouray.
And apparently this guy has a surprise for me.
And we're going for a surprise. I got a surprise booked at 11 o'clock.
He's always so full of surprises.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
So
excited. We'll see what this is.
we're gonna head off to the surprise right now.
Okay.
Let's go.
Stay tuned. Flying tours?
Hmm?
What? Oh, that's cool.
On day 4, I surprised Cassandra with a mine tour at Bachelor Syracuse Mine. Strike up your adventure as this tour walks you 1,500 feet horizontally into Gold Hill, rich in gold, silver, and other precious metals. Guests are accompanied by a trained guide who has first-hand experience working the mine. The Bachelor Syracuse Mine is located 10 minutes north from the town of Ouray.
This brings back my childhood. We had one in our garage, and we'd have the chore of crushing all of the soda cans, put it right there, and you crush it, and it goes into a bucket. Childhood memories.
We're going inside the mine, the Bachelor Syracuse mine.
We were fitted with hard hats for our safety and are now ready to head 1,500 feet into the mine. Once we arrived at the end of the mining tunnel, the train guide explained to the whole group about the daily life of the miners inside the mine and how they chiseled their way into the hard rock to find the precious metals in horrific working conditions.
What you do is you take your starter steel and very simply place it against sandstone, and then you have to come across and hit the end of the steel as hard as you can. Squeeze as hard as I can to the end of that steel. Quarter-inch turn, quarter-inch turn. And that is what we're doing for, like I said, our 12 hours. It's your most basic blasting pattern. There's many blasting patterns, but this is what they use primarily here.
And we're out of the mine.
That was amazing.
That was so cool, 1,500 feet.
So cool.
The Bachelor Syracuse mine has a dedicated area for guests to pan for gold. After watching years of gold rush on television, I was sure ready to strike gold. We tried multiple times to no avail, but we definitely made some fun memories.
Go, baby. I want to see you pan for some gold.
Some gold.
Come on, baby. You're moving too fast.
There's a little shiny flake right there. We tried, but nothing. We're gonna walk off the job.
So see ya.
Once we got back to Ouray, our ravishing hunger from panning for gold took over. We decided to walk around and oddly enough, finally struck gold in the form of food at Goldbelt Bar, Grill, and Pizza.
Pizza we have.
The white pizza. That is gonna be artichokes, chicken, some spinach, Alfredo sauce.
Yum.
Yum, I'm excited for that.
Goldbelt Bar and Grill. Best pizza ever. Yum. Just walking downtown a little bit.
Just perusing the stores.
The sun came out.
Yeah.
And it's a pretty gorgeous day. A little chill in the air.
A little windy.
We're gonna go get ice cream because I need it. Need some chocolate ice cream right now after that delicious pizza.
Timberline Deli.
It's good ice cream. 10/10.
Chocolate donut here. And we have mint chocolate chip ice cream. Let's see how it is. It's good. Yeah.
Thumbs up. Wow. I'm loving this mint. Bites in it. And I think chocolate ice cream.
We woke up on day 5 and checked out of the Ouray Inn hotel and went straight to conquering the almighty upstream route of the Ouray via Ferrata.
Go do the upstream of the Via Ferrata in Ouray.
Ready to get our sweat on and our climbing on.
Let's do it. It's about 8:30, 45 degrees. It's gonna warm up a little bit. It's gonna be amazing.
Let's do this.
Let's do it. We did the downstream a couple days ago.
Nothing can beat us now. Let's
Nothing
go.
can defeat us now.
We read beforehand that the upstream route is more difficult than the downstream route. This turned out to be very accurate. We got an early start leaving our hotel around 8 a.m. and getting onto the route around 9 a.m. The upstream route includes 5,000 linear feet of travel distance as you climb throughout the gorge, an early exit suspension bridge at approximately 1/3 the way through the route, a 3-wire bridge entrance suspended 100 feet above the gorge, a vertical 60-foot helix ladder, and a final leap of faith across the narrowest portion of the gorge, followed by a steep climb to the canyon rim.
All geared up for the Via Ferrata. We're about to go to the staging area.
Yeah, we're going to the next level.
Level 2. Upstream is a little bit more difficult than the downstream one. There's an awesome 60-foot ladder that we have to climb up. go, first bridge.
Yay.
Once we passed the first entrance cable bridge and started on the route, we realized Cassandra was way in over her head. Even though she completed the downstream route just a couple days before, this upstream route was more technical than the skills she has.
Okay, we're about to do the ladder. So much fun.
Don't put me crying on video.
This is the 60-foot vertical helix ladder. This is one of my, if not my favorite obstacles on the upstream route.
How's it going down there?
I conquered the ladder like it was just a walk in the park. On the other hand, not sure if it was Cassandra's favorite obstacle, but she of course finished it just like the tough Minnesota girl she is.
There we go.
This is where I say my final goodbye to Cassandra. She ended up bailing out at the early exit suspension bridge, which is 1/3 of the way through the route. Even though she wasn't by me, she still was going to be my cheerleader from across the gorge. I, however, wasn't fazed by the route and decided to push on through.
There's my cheerleader on the other side of the gorge. Oh yeah.
Baby, encouragement.
There are many areas where your feet will be on the rock instead of the reinforced rebar, so be sure to wear proper shoes on this route. You'll also encounter many areas where your body is leaning backwards as your hand rungs are protruding out further from the mountain than your feet rungs are. This causes you to lean backwards tremendously, exhausting your upper body strength. There are many times where I wrap my elbow around the rung just to give my grip and arms a rest for the next leg on the route.
We are on the upstream route past the bridge, the early exit bridge, and we're going to the end.
Thumbs up!
Got a little bit farther on the upstream route. It goes around this corner, and then I believe there's a spot to jump over the creek, which is the final exit point.
Oh, we're almost to the end of the Via Ferrata, and the last obstacle is called the Leap of Faith.
You got the faith?
The Leap of Faith, let's get her done.
The downstream route was a piece of cake compared to the upstream route. Even though I was very confident in my ability after doing a couple of Via Ferratas and rock climbing, this route humbled me and at some points had my adrenaline going trying to find how to make it to the next rung.
Let's go! Woo! This is the last incline section we have. We have to go way up there, straight vertical. Trust the cable. Trust the cable. I'm not coming up, so give me encouragement.
Baby, I'm so proud of you for doing that.
You see, I just got some extra energy from that encouragement. This is the last, well, it's second to last.
The last clip.
We are almost finished. That little spot after Leap of Faith, that was pretty sketchy.
Really?
I was like leaning backwards. That was a little sketchy.
You did it, babe. Woohoo!
Did it. Upstream, Via Ferrata, Ouray. You better do it. If you have experience.
Yeah, only if you have experience.
Completed both of the Via Ferratas in Ouray.
Yeah, we did that.
The upstream route is definitely a lot more technical than the downstream route.
You have to be very fit and healthy.
There is less rebars, like handholds. You have to use more of the rock. Just beware, if you try the upstream, you should be very confident in the downstream.
I'm confident in yourself because I only went halfway. He went the full way.
All the
so
way.
I got to watch him finish and be his cheerleader.
Robin Cass Adventures.
Can't believe we did what we just did.
Rob Cass Adventures.
And we live to tell it. Live to tell it.
After facing our fears on the Via Ferrata and being sweaty from the intensity, we needed a hot shower. We drove from the south end of Ouray to the north end to check into our adorable hotel, the Hot Springs Inn. This hotel includes hot tubs for guests, an awesome complimentary breakfast filled with bagels, waffles, and cereal. We ended up binge eating our hunger away in the room and resting in preparation for the next day's hike, which would test our stamina. On day 6, we woke up well rested, ready to start our adventure to the top of 14,000-foot Mount Sneffels. This is a Class 3 climb with difficult inclined boulder fields, thin air due to the high elevation, and a V-notch obstacle towards the top that will test your skill level. Mount Sneffels is located west of Ouray, Colorado, and is one of 58 peaks in Colorado with an elevation of 14,000 feet or higher. There are a couple different trailheads at varying elevations to start the hike up to Mount Sneffels. All the trailheads can be reached by taking a dirt road called Yankee Boy Basin. This road starts just south of Ouray and gains thousands of feet in elevation into the mountains. The full length of Yankee Boy Basin is around 18 miles. It starts off on a nicely groomed dirt road, and once you make the right turn at the Yankee Boy Basin sign, it will gradually get rockier and a high clearance vehicle is recommended. Keep in mind on the drive that there are many areas on the road where it's only wide enough for one car. Drive slow and watch out for drivers coming the other way. There are a couple beautiful waterfalls on the Yankee Boy Basin Road to the left, so be sure to stop the car and hike down for a killer waterfall view. Once you're about 15 miles in, you'll be approaching some technical areas, so be sure to take it slow. We drove past a lower trailhead where there is a bathroom and headed a little bit higher to a parking lot less than 5 minutes away. As you near the top where we parked, you'll start to drive up a steep incline. There is a good-sized parking lot with a bunch of other off-road vehicles. Here's a map of where we parked. You can continue up on the road to the upper trailhead, but that is for short wheelbase vehicles, and we were worried about a Ford Raptor truck not being able to turn around on some of those tight switchbacks. If you do reach the upper trailhead, it's a very short hike of 2 miles and 1,600 feet to reach the summit of Mount Sneffels. Since we parked a little bit lower at 11,700 feet, we had a total round-trip hike of around 4 miles and 2,300 feet of elevation gain.
Folks, Mount Sneffels. We're going to be hiking that. It's going to be fun.
Before attempting to hike Mount Sneffels, please be cautious as this hike is not for beginners. If you have prior experience with Class 3 scrambling, large scree boulder fields, and some beginner rock climbing, then you'll be good to go. There are technical areas with large drops. If you make one wrong move, you'll be seriously injured. If any time during the hike you feel the hike is over your skill level, you should turn around immediately. There are many other 14ers around Colorado that require less hiking experience to summit. From the upper Yankee Boy Basin trailhead, hike northwest across the rocky trail. After about a quarter mile, stay right at the trail junction. Hike a short distance and ascend a few switchbacks before the trail angles into a broad, scree-covered slope.
So we just passed the Yankee Boy official trailhead for Mount Sneffels. We didn't want to go the extra way because it was very difficult versus the trailhead that we did park at. If you have a short wheelbase Jeep or Can-Am, or ATV, you can definitely come up to this one. From this trailhead, it's about 2 miles and around 17 to 800 feet in elevation gain to get up to the top of Mount Sneffels. And up this very rocky section, so be sure to bring your helmet.
You're gonna need it.
We're currently at about 12,700 feet.
Views, views, views.
Once you arrive at the sign, you're going to make a right to go up Mount Sneffels. You can also go left to hike to Blue Lakes.
First big chute that we have to go up with all these boulders. Just take your time, about 12,900 feet.
13,000 feet right now.
And we have to keep on going up, 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 up.
Soon the path is going to get lost and there's no defined path, so pick a line and climb. Just left of the slope center is best, towards the top of this loose, ugly Class 2 slope.
We're currently at 13,150 feet. We have 1 more 1,000 feet to go to the summit.
We're almost there. How many more feet?
900.
900? Piece of cake.
A little more than halfway up the slope, it will become very steep. Be sure to check for people below, as if you dislodge a rock, it could cause some serious injury to the hikers below.
Whoa, we are high.
Mount Sneffels are about 13,600 feet.
Next flat area up after the slope is called Lavender Col. If you thought that slope was difficult, this may be the point that you should turn around and not summit. But if it was easy for you, then keep on going to the top.
Only 250 more feet to go. Almost there.
This is when we really started to struggle. Every about 50 feet we had to stop and rest for about 30 seconds before we kept going.
Just hit 14,000 feet. There's Cassandra's coming up, slowly but surely.
About 30 feet before the final chute ends, turn left to find a technical V-notch area, which provides the easiest access to the summit. There are 2 ways around this, through the V or on the right side up the rock face. Cassandra's decided to bow out at this point, so I went up the V-notch, and later on in the video, you'll see me come down the right side rock face. Just keep in mind that there's definitely exposure on the left side of the V-notch area, and if you do make a false move and slip, you'll be falling at least 100 feet. Once you've passed the V-notch area, you're almost to the top, so keep on scrambling up, and it's about 50 more feet.
Summit of Mount Sneffels, 14,150 feet, the highest I've ever been. Woo!
The summit has incredible 360-degree views of all the surrounding mountain ranges. You can see all 3 Blue Lakes from the Blue Lakes Trail from the top to the west, Telluride Ski Resort to the south, many lower 13,000-foot mountains to the east, and the flatlands to the north near Ridgeway.
It's been real Mount Sneffels, but I have to go check on Cassandra. Peace out, 14,000 feet.
I tried descending down the V-notch area, but I wasn't comfortable with my foothold, so I went towards the right side down the rock face because there is less exposure and I could see my foot and handholds. Cassandra guided me along the way down, and I'm glad I went this way because there was definitely less exposure.
Currently at 13,250 feet. So about 900 feet lower than Sneffels. And it's crazy. Look at that. We got boulders as far as the eye can see.
Just following my diary a little bit. That was a crazy adventure we just did.
Yeah, it was.
Diary.
And we're back down to the Yankee Boy Basin trailhead.
We did it.
We did it.
We did it. By the grace of God, we did it.
After enjoying our steak dinner amongst the serenity of Yankee Boy Basin, we headed back down to the trail back to Ouray. We used 4 low for the majority of the 4,000-foot descent to allow for the engine to do most of the work and not overheat the brakes. Be sure to keep your eyes out on the road. Many of the obstacles look scarier when coming down, and most of the drop-offs and narrow road sections will be on the passenger side, so be sure to hug your driver's side in many areas on the road.
Rob had to air up the truck tires from the fun off-roading we had the day before. We are so excited to visit Telluride on our last full day on our Colorado trip. After reading so many incredible things about this small mountain town, we left Ouray and traveled about an hour arriving in Telluride.
Telluride, Colorado, sitting at an elevation of 8,754 feet. Originally called Columbia, the rowdy mining camp became a town in 1878. In 1887, the town was renamed in order to distinguish itself from Columbia, California, another booming mining town. The name Telluride was chosen as the element tellurium was used as an indicator of gold and silver. By the early 1900s, over $250 million in gold was mined from the surrounding mountains, and Telluride's population was close to 5,000 people.
As we drove into Telluride, we fell in love with the fresh mountain air coming into the car. As we drove down Main Street, the stunning mountain views on all sides made the drive even more spectacular. There is a large free parking area on the southwest side of town where you can park and within a couple minutes arrive at the gondola or to the main downtown area.
Made it to Telluride.
Very cute, quaint little town.
Very tiny.
Very tiny, not much parking.
So we're gonna go get some lunch right now.
The bellies are hungry.
We found another awesome restaurant with views from the patio called Smuggler Union Restaurant and Brewery.
Cheers. We're gonna eat a barbecue cheddar burger. It's gonna be amazing.
You're so excited.
And then we're gonna go to a free gondola up the mountain. How does it look, babe?
Really good.
How's that chicken tender?
That's exactly what I did.
One of the biggest Telluride attractions in summer is the free gondola rides at Telluride Ski Resort. The free gondola rides are open between May through October and runs 7 days a week starting early in the morning until late at night. Double check the Telluride Gondola website that is in the description for hours and specific operating dates for the year.
We're gonna go up on the gondola, the free gondola ride, all the way up there. It's gonna be fun.
On the free gondola.
And I'm wondering if we got the broken one because it stopped.
It stopped and it's silent.
That's really weird.
I don't know what's going on.
We shall wait. Stay tuned. Some pretty views. Look at all that. Wow.
Each cabin travels at 11 miles per hour, and the ride from Telluride to Mountain Village takes 13 minutes. With the support of a number of community financial sources, the gondola is free to ride. The ride from Telluride to Station San Sofia has an elevation change of 1,750 feet. There is a short walk to a viewing area with an absolute beautiful view of Telluride below.
We made it to the first spot on the gondola. Now we're going to the second spot.
Yeah, it's gonna see some more views. 10,000 feet up, baby.
Gondola number 2.
Gondola number 2.
Originally built to improve air quality in the region by keeping cars off the road, the gondola annually shuttles around 2.8 million skiers, snowboarders, mountain bikers, hikers, festival goers, and commuters since 1996. The electricity used to operate the gondola comes from wind power purchased from San Miguel Power Association.
The next gondola ride, here we come. I'll be filming for you. It's really fun.
The scenic ride provides expansive vistas of the San Juan Mountains, aspen-cloaked mesas, and sun-struck waterfalls, as well as a bird's-eye view of both towns. On a clear day, riders can see all the way to the La Salle Range in Utah, but the views aren't the gondola's only attribute. It's also the first and only free public transportation of its kind in the United States.
And we're going back to Telluride. We took so many gondola rides.
It was amazing.
We had like 6 to 8 gondola rides that we did.
We're gondola'd out now.
The view, the air up there is so crisp. It's beautiful.
So peaceful. Just being in our own gondolas and just enjoying the view.
Yeah, totally must have. Free gondola, Telluride.
Check it out.
Being high on life, soaring high above Telluride on the countless gondola rides we took, we needed to be grounded again with our hiking boots hitting the dirt on a hike to Bridal Falls.
Today we're at
Bridal Veil Falls.
in Telluride, Colorado.
And it is a sight to behold. It is so beautiful up here.
It's a 2-mile hike, around 900 feet of elevation gain, but look at these views.
Look at it. Like, you
Stunning
can't
waterfall.
get that. Like, that is beautiful.
Bridal Veil Falls is located on the east side of Telluride, nestled at the base of the mountain range. As you drive through Telluride Historic Main Street, follow the Highway 145 east until you reach the end of the pavement. Once arriving at the end, you'll be able to see in the distance the longest free-falling waterfall called Bridal Veil Falls.
It's a very steep trail. There's a lot of rocks, a lot of places to fall, so just take your time. About 900 feet of elevation gain, and the 1 mile one way up to Bridal Veil Falls. Waterfall.
It's pretty amazing. I love my water. My water sounds. I love it. You can just like go swimming right here. Waterfall number 2. Beautiful.
We're almost there. Less than 100 more feet to go.
You can hear it and see a little bit of it. We're almost there. So get ready to see it. Let's go, babe.
Perched on the brink of the sheer cliff overlooking the falls, the 115-year-old Bridal Veil Powerhouse, a hydroelectric power plant, is often touted as one of the oldest operating industrial AC power plants in the world. If you only have time for one hike in Telluride, this is the hike you want to go on.
We love chasing waterfalls. Our mission is always to get as close to the waterfall as possible, to feel the real power of thousands of gallons of water every second free-falling hundreds of feet down to us below.
And Bridal Veil Falls is amazing.
Amazing. So worth the hike up here. So if you're in this area, you have to go to Bridal Veil Falls.
Do it.
We did it.
We did it.
Thanks for joining us on our week-long trip to Colorado. We hope you added a couple of these locations to your itinerary when you visit. Feel free to like and subscribe for more travel guides in the future. See you next time!